It's so loud when it's like the da, da, da. A couple of months ago, I just finished in February 2023, and it is now 2024, and it is now May 2024. But a couple of months ago, I read this book, God's Behaving Badly by Phillips. It was a really good book. I really liked it. It honestly felt like I was reading a sitcom. And when you read this, if you ever read this book, you'll know exactly what I mean. It was really interesting. It was about if the 12 Greek gods of Olympus are alive and well in the 21st century. And they've just been alive because they're immortal. They've just been alive all these years and everything. But they're actually all cramped up in this London townhouse, all 12 of them, because they've grown weak with people not believing in them. So that's the whole premise, and it's very interesting and mundane because these 12 Greek gods, even though they still have power over their different realms of the earth, they still carry out like regular human beings. Like, it's told, a good portion of it is told from Artemis's point of view, where she just runs a lot. She does little things around the house. She looks at trees. She speaks to animals. So it's things like that, where they still stay true to the gods and the goddesses, but then it's them living in the 21st century, which is a very interesting take. I think when I first picked this up, I really thought it was gonna be about the Greek gods and what it would be like for them to live in the 21st century and the different interactions that they would have. But it definitely felt more like a teen drama in like the 2000s, which is such a good energy, which I really enjoyed more than I thought that I would. Specifically, it's about like Marie, the author's name, Alice and Neil, who are like regular mundane humans, and they somehow get entangled with the 12 Greek gods through Alice being their housekeeper, because Apollo is also in love with her for a whole separate reason. But it kind of, the story plays out showing the consequences of their entanglement through Artemis being annoyed that like there's a human in the house, or not Artemis, everyone being annoyed that there's a human in the house because it's not allowed because of Zeus and Hera and everything. And then like further along the line, she ends up getting killed. And then they descend down to heaven, and it's a very interesting book that ends with the Greek gods getting their powers back, becoming more powerful because Alice helps regular citizens believe in these 12 Greek gods. So it's honestly like Elf. Except that it said instead of Santa, it's the Greek gods. But I'm saying this and letting make fun of it because it was actually really good. I really enjoyed my experience reading it. It wasn't easy, it's not revolutionary, but it's to its core a good book. The book knows what it is, and it never tried to be more than that, which frustrates me with a lot of like carefree casual books, is when they try to make it 5 steps deep. And then it ends up being more horrendous because of it. But this is gonna sound like an insult, but this book didn't even attempt that, and that's what I really enjoyed about it. It was a very casual read. I wish I read it in the summer because it was much more of a summer read. But I enjoyed it. I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of stars because, as I said previously, it felt like I was reading an episode of Friends with a different premise. But I really like this concept. I wish there was more of this kind of thing, except more serious drama tone, like the book Gossip Girl, but written in this, where it's just like trauma keeps happening to these Greek gods and their personalities are rooted within whatever they roll over, sort of thing. I think that book concept would be interesting, or even a TV show would be really intriguing, especially with currently the new Percy Jackson show just came out, especially with all that hype over bringing more attention to Greek gods and Greek mythology and everything. And I became interested in Greek mythology because of The Secret History, which is my favorite book. But yeah, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Nothing crazy. Summary points. Nothing crazy. Not groundbreaking. It knew exactly what it was. I enjoyed reading it. How did I describe it? It felt like I was reading a TV sitcom from the 2000s. From the early 2000s. And yeah. I don't know if I would read her again. Unless she made like a similar concept. Unless she continued along these lines of this book, I would consider it. But the reading, it's definitely like high school reading level material. But yeah.